My name is Jerry. My amateur radio call sign N7LMV, November 7 Lima Mike Victoria. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to download and install a program called WinLink Express. What is WinLink Express? WinLink Express is an emergency way of sending and receiving email when the internet is down, or you're out at sea, or you're not near anywhere that you can have internet. And we're going to do this by using a transceiver. It could be UHF, VHF, or an HF radio. You can use the WinLink Express program even when the internet is up and working. WinLink is also known as WinLink 2000, WL2K, and RMS Express. Two things that we will need to install the WinLink Express program is NetFrameworks 3.5. Regardless if you have NetFrameworks 4.0 or above on your computer, you will still need to install the NetFramework 3.5. Other programs that you could use would be a program called WinRAR or 7-Zip to uncompress the programs that we are going to download. Things that we are going to need to make the WinLink program work is a computer with the WinLink program installed, a program called It's HF Propagation installed, and you will need an interface to key the radio and send the signals from the computer to the radio. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of some interfaces. I'm using the Rig Blaster Plus. I like this here because you can connect the mic to the front of this here without having to disconnect your mic on the front of your radio. This is made by West Mountain Radio. And another one is SignalLink. This is made by Tigertronics. And the nice thing about this here is you can adjust the transmit audio by turning this knob and the receive audio by turning this knob. Now there is a delay knob on here, but I think if you're going to be using the box, you won't have to worry about that. So let's close out of this. And one other. This is called the ULI. This is made by WB2REM. Now I have no information on this particular interface, so you would have to Google the information or Bing it and read up on it. Now you will need a radio that is capable of transmitting and receiving an upper sideband, and you will need a cable to get the audio from your radio to the computer. On my radio, the Yaesu FT950, there is an area where you can plug a cable in, which is listed as RTTY PKT. And this cable here can get the audio from the radio and put it into your computer mic port. And that looks like this. This here is in the back of the radio, and this here goes into your mic input on your computer. You will also need to have a cable to connect your interface to your computer. This is what I use on my Rig Blaster Plus. This goes from the back of the Rig Blaster Plus, and this goes into an available USB port. On the SignalLink, it's a little different. Looks almost like a printer cable. This goes into the back of the SignalLink, and this goes into your computer USB port. Okay, now that we got the devices shown and the cables that you could use, let's go get the program. let's go get WinLink Express. So I'm going to go use Mozilla Firefox. And then search the web. I'm going to type in WinLink Express download. Oh, it's already there. Okay, so we'll go here. And the first page that we come to, let me zoom in so you can see it, is WinLink Express at winlink.org. So this is, like it says, it was also formerly called RMS Express. So we'll click on this link once, let the page load. On the very first page, you will scroll down until you see download. So here it is, download. WinLink Express current production version. And we'll click once on that and let the and here is the program, WinLink Express install 1-5-28-0. And like I said, it's a zip, so it's compressed. Now it gives you a couple options that you can do. You can open with the WinRAR archiver, or you can save the file. I like to save the file because I like to save it to a thumb drive. I already have it on my computer, so I'm going to just go cancel. So now we're going to go and get the ITSHF propagation program. So we'll search the web. It's called ITSHF propagation download. And I know it says Windows 32-bit HF propagation models, ITS. It will work on a 64-bit, so let me zoom in so you can see it. And there's the address. So now we'll click on this link and we'll let the page load. Okay, on this page, you're going to scroll down just a little bit, and it will work on Windows 10, Windows 7, Windows 8.1 or 8. And this is what we're going to look for. Version 05.0119W. It was made in February of 2008. That will work. So we'll zoom out and we'll click once on this. And this is what you're going to see. Let me zoom in. It's HF BC_080121. And it too is a zip file. And once again, I'm going to save. I already got it on my computer. So I'm going to just go cancel. Okay, now we're going to close all this out. And here's the zip file for WinLink Express. So I'm going to double click on it. It will probably be in your download area, but I got it on my desktop. So my WinRAR, which is version 5.90, brings up this here. And it's the WinLink Express install. So I'm going to double click this. Now your screen will go black for a moment. Ask me if I want to install it. I'm going to go yes. We're going to leave it at the default at C:\RMS Express. Notice how it's RMS Express instead of WinLink. And we're going to go next. We're going to click a check mark on create a desktop shortcut. We'll go next. We're going to install. Okay, it's going to ask us if we want to launch the WinLink Express. No, we do not, because we want to install the ITSHF propagation. So we'll go finish, close this out, and here's the ITSHF propagation file. and this is what we want. So I'm going to double click it. The screen's going to go black for a minute or a second or so. I'm going to click yes. Okay, now we're going to go next. We're going to go next. We're going to go I agree. We're going to leave this at the default. We want to make sure that we have a desktop icon. So we'll go install. Okay, we're not going to read the README file. So we'll go undo that. We'll go finish. And here's our programs. Here's the WinLink Express. And here's the HF propagation program. Now this works in coincide with WinLink Express. This is what makes the channel selection for us. So now we're going to click on WinLink Express, and a page is going to come up for you to fill in a whole bunch of information. So the first thing that it's asking is for your call sign. So I'm going to put mine in, N7LMB. Now they say the first time that you run this, you should leave the password blank, but I already set mine up. So I'm going to put in my password. And then the next thing it's going to ask for is a password recovery email. So I'm going to, you put in your password recovery email. Mine's n7lmb@hotmail.com. Now, this area you don't have to add anything. No necessary for any auxiliary call signs or tactical addresses. This area right here is my grid square. Now this is important that you get the correct grid square for your location, because this is what's going to help its HF propagation generate the channel selection. So if you don't know what your grid square is, you can go to qrz.com. So we'll go here. We'll type in qrz.com. Hit enter. Let the page load. Okay, now you're going to type in your call sign. Mine, we already know it. And we're going to go search. Now, what you're going to do to get your grid squares, you're going to come down here to detail, click once on that, and you're going to scroll down until you see grid square. Here it says grid square. It says my grid square is DL67HK. So I'm going to write that down and put it in there. It's already there. Don't worry about the lat long to grid square. And now you're going to put in your name, your address, your city, your state or province, your country, your postal code or zip code, and here it has this place where you can put in your website URL. So mine is n7lmb.webs.com. Okay, no phone number is necessary. Then it should automatically put in your recovery password down here. Now, in this area where it says service code, leave that at public, and then leave this all alone. This don't need to be changed, and then you're going to click update. Now, when you click update, it's going to come up and say put in a registration code. You don't have to put in the registration code. Just say remind me later. Now we're going to go into setting up the HF. But Telnet WinLink is if you have internet like I have down here. It says I have internet access. But in order to set up the radio, you're going to have to let the drop down come down I'll zoom in here. And as you can see, it's got Packet WinLink, Pactor WinLink, Robust Packet WinLink, and WinMore WinLink. That's the one we're going to set up. So let me go to WinMore WinLink, and you do have to click Open Session. So now these two windows open up. The WinMore capture device, that's your speaker input. I know it's my external speak at the left side. And then the playback device, that's going to be your speaker jack. I know that's that speaker Realtek high definition. Okay, your virtual TNC host address name would be at 127.0.0.1, and that's normally put in automatically. Then it says your virtual TNC command port. That should be at 8500. And then your inbound session bandwidth should be at 500 Hertz. Once you click that, this is going to disappear and two windows will reappear, or maybe even three. So we'll click Update. And once again, it's going to ask you for a registration key. Just remind me later. Okay, this here is our WinMore sound card TNC. And you want your audio to be in the blue, up at least this area right here. Or it can even be up in this area, but not in the red. And your waterfall should be running smoothly. So now we got the WinMore TNC setup. Now we're going to set up the radio. Okay, let's zoom in so you can see this. You got your radio selection. You got your upper sideband or your upper sideband digital or your FM. You got your radio control port. That's going to be your rig control cable. And your push to talk option. That's what's going to key my transmitter. So let's get out of this here, and we'll bring down the drop down list. And as you can see, there's a whole bunch of radios that you can choose from. Mine's the Yaesu FT950, so I'm going to pick the Yaesu FT950. Okay, you want this here to be in upper sideband. It don't matter if you're on 40 meters or 80 meters or 15 meters or 20 meters. It will always be upper sideband. Unless you're using a VHF, UHF radio, then it would be an FM. Okay, so now your radio control port. If you don't know what your radio control port is, you can always go to Control Panel, go to System, go to Device Manager, click on Ports, COM, and LPT. Okay, it says I have two COMs. Prolific USB to serial COM port on 4. I know that's going to be my rig blaster. That's what's going to key my radio. And I know that the USB serial port COM3 is the cat cable going from my computer, or from my radio to my computer. So I'll write that down. So on the the rig control, I'm going to go COM3. You need to know what baud rate it is. I know mine's at 4800. You need to know if you need to enable the RTS, which is ready to send. I do. And then you have to know if you have to enable the DTR, that's data terminal ready. So I do. Okay, now we're going to come down to the push to talk port. So I know it's on COM4. I know that that is also at 4800. And I know I have to enable the RTS and enable the DTR. Once I click Update, the windows will disappear, but they will come back. and my radio just keyed up. Let's move this up here. Let's move this here. Okay, now we're going to do the channel selection. So you click on channel selection, and as you can see, it's all white and it's all in alphabetical order. But that will update automatically. CSC is downloading channel records from the WinLink database. And the call signs will appear right here. Now, if it says not responding, that's okay. It will correct itself. But we'll go here. And you see what that is? See, it says not responding. That's okay. And it's downloading, and it does it in alphabetical order. So I'm going to pause this here until it's done downloading. Okay, now that it's done, I want you to keep in mind that this was generated off of your grid square that you had inserted into the setup. So now we got that taken care of. Now we'll just close this out, and we're going to go back to the main. We'll close this out because it's all set up. And now we're going to show you how to do a message. Now keep in mind, you can send emails and receive emails from anybody, regardless if they're a ham operator or not. So we'll go to message. And we'll go new message. And let's do an attachment. We'll do a picture. So we're going to add a picture. It's going to ask her where we're going to get it. We're going to get it off of the desktop. And let's see what we got here. I'm going to pick this one, click open. Now it says that I am way over, and thanks to K4REF, he showed me how to do this. So we're going to edit and resize the image. Okay, so what we got to do is we got to crop, and it's going to give you information on how to do it. So we go, okay, so we're going to crop. We're going to go, oops. And we'll do that. Click crop. And now we're going to resize. Now I'm going to make this here an 8 kilobyte. And change size and save, and that's what it's going to look like. Okay, now we're going to save changes. Now it says that in the attach there's our picture, and then we're going to go, okay, let's first off turn off the internet. We'll disconnect, and it says it's off. And you can send it to anybody. Like I said, they can be a ham operator, they can be your family, they can be your friend, I'm going to say, I'm going to send it to myself. I'm going to go n7lmv@hotmail.com, and you can do a carbon copy so you can send it to more than one. And you're going to put a subject. I'm going to go picture of dog. And then down here you can have your main body, which is where you type in your message. Zoom in so you can see that. And then we're going to have to do one other thing that you don't have to do in Yahoo or Hotmail or Gmail. You do have to post it to Outbox. If you do not post it to Outbox, then it will not be sent. So we go, okay, so now it says we have one message in the Outbox. Okay, now we're going to go back to this area, the WinLink. We're going to open session. And we're going to go to channel selection. Now I'm on 40 meters. That's what I'm tuned up on. So make sure that your radio is tuned up and connected to an antenna. So we'll do channel selection. We'll turn up the volume a little bit. And you do want to make sure that your ALC is set properly. On the Yaesu FT950, you want it at least to be 4 or 5 little bars. So as you can see down here, it's all red. These are the stations that you probably will not be able to get. But when you go up to the top, it shows the most available, and then it goes yellow green or green yellow or yellow yellow. These are marginal. You can probably get a connect with them, but it's better if you select one that's in the green with the highest number. So since I'm on 40 meters, I'm going to try WA5TED. Now when I click on this here, since I have a cat cable, it's going to change my frequency automatically. But you do got to click select, and then you're going to go start. I forgot to connect one of my cables, so please bear with me. Okay, now I'm ready to go. Okay, we'll go start again, and now the audio will go through the radio. Okay, it says I got connected. He's 855 kilometers from me. You can barely hear him. Good signal on the waterfall. Okay, he's sending in 2-car 4 FSK. As you can see, the internet is still disconnected. way of sending my message down here. And you will see this here come up, the green line will come up all the way up here. And when it's all done, it will be all the way over here. Now we are going through HF radio, so it's going to be really slow. Almost like if we were on a 300 baud dial-up. Let it take its time. Since we attached a picture, it's going to take a little bit longer. You can attach PDFs and other files. One thing that I did want to address, if you do not have a cat cable, you can always set your dial frequency, which is what you want on your radio, at 7.101.5. You don't worry about the center frequency. This is what you need to be set on your transceiver. If the receiving station doesn't receive your packets that you're sending out, it will ask for a retry or a repeat. Here's your average act percentage, and it says about 100. And I'm only putting out about 25 watts, but it will work fine with 10 watts. But I'm on an indoor loop antenna, so making sure I'm making it to the station. See, it's moving up pretty good here. Now you see what all this here says? I'll zoom in. Okay, now it's done. It's going to disconnect me. Oh, I got a message coming in. It says down here, receiving a message. Now it would disconnect me. And when it disconnects me, it's going to send my ID. Okay, so now we have just received and sent a message. So this is what it looks like. And it took 15 minutes and 7 seconds. That's a long time to send one email and to receive an email. So now we're going to get out of this here. We're done with this. And we're going to get out of this. And now we're going to turn on the internet. And we're going to go to our email. So turn on, connect. Okay, I'm going to go to my email. And let's see how the picture looks, because I never sent the picture before, but it was K4REF that showed me how to do this. So let's go here. And here it is, from m7lmv at winlink.org. That is my actual email address for winlink.org. So we'll click on that. Let's see what it looks like. It says this message was sent from an amateur radio account. And there's the picture. Let's preview. So not bad. We'll go full screen. We'll exit. And we'll X out of this. Now, I want to show you something. If someone's sending you an email from winlink.org, all you got to do is hit reply. You don't have to do anything. But if you are just sending a new message to somebody, we'll go new message. And it's going to be to N7LMV at winlink.org. So this is what we're going to do. And you have to, in the add a subject, you always have to go WL2K. And then your subject, like hello, fresh email. And then you can type your message here. Hello. And then you can go send. And then you can X out of this here. And we're going to turn off the internet again. Disconnect. And we'll go back to WinLink Express. We're going to go to open session because we're already on WinLink. So open session. And we'll stay with WA5TED because it was a pretty good station. So we'll go start. And we're not going to go through all that noise again, but it says we are connected. And we'll see if we get the message. Oh, he's in Lubbock County. It says I have 1,420 minutes remaining with this. I'll zoom in on this here. It says, I have a message coming in from the N7LMB, and it's at Hello Fresh email. So we'll see what we got going there. Now it's going to come this way. The green line will come in this direction. Because it's coming in. Okay, now that we have the other station offline, we can receive our message. And it says receiving. That went really quick. And it said one message received. Now we'll disconnect us. And that took 4 minutes and 1 second. So now we can close this out. And it says, one unread in the inbox, so we'll go here. And this here was from something earlier. And then we'll come here. Says hello, thanks for the picture. And that's how you do sending and receiving of emails over HF radio. Thank you for watching. I wish it would have been a lot quicker, but had a couple of issues. Have a great day. Stay safe. Bye.